Hey there, Shooby Doodlers. How are you doing? Well, it's Wednesday, the 27th of January. I've slightly changed my camera angle, and we have Judy with us today. I have asked Judy, who is the Big Shed Art. I have asked her if she will kind of just keep an eye on the chat a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, I'm not sure about things like that. This is what we're going to do. So today we have got Valeria, Sofia, Cadillo, Luca. That's a long name. Have you seen my video how to design your signature? I get lots and lots of people saying, I've got such a long name. How do I design a signature with such a long name? And I say, just do your initials. It's a lot quicker. And we are, it's Long John. Hi, how are you? So today I was thinking, I've been thinking about maybe not doing live, especially with chat. Creative me, hi. And because you get dodgy people come along. But luckily I have got Judy with me today, who is going to be hopefully kind of keeping an eye out on the chat for me. And maybe I'm having a bit of a chat with Judy next week. She might even come and join me on this show to kind of just comment and chat and do stuff. We'll try and see what happens. So it could be quite fun. But today I thought what would be quite fun is to think about drawing expressions and cartoon faces. And I quite often get, how do I draw, this kind of expression and that kind of expression? And this is what you need. Look, that's me. And not everybody has one of these days, but an awful lot of people have these days, and they have cameras in them. They have selfie cameras in them. And in the old days, illustrators would they'd be saying, can you draw a picture of a pirate leaping off the top of a skyscraper or something. Pirate skyscraper off the top of a ship, sort of swinging down on a rope or something like that. And so the illustrator would be looking in front of a mirror going, "Arr, arr," and then sometimes they would actually sort of set up a camera and a bit of rope or something like that and put some old clothes on which looked a bit piratey, and they would actually photograph themselves. And then they'd have to either go to their own darkroom and develop the film, or they'd have to send it off somewhere to a processing lab and wait a week for it to come back again. But now, ka-ching, you can just take a picture and see what you want to do. So what I thought was, well, let's make this interactive. What I need to do is to ask some of you, what am I going to draw? I need to draw some kind of facial expression. So that's one thing. And so I'm going to do the facial expression into my camera and use that as my kind of reference. But who's going to be making it? So I don't want to really just draw myself all the time. I need to kind of, because I'm an illustrator, I should be able to draw somebody else. So who could that be? So I'm looking now in the in the chat, which is sort of took a few, it's about 10 seconds behind, I should think, something like that, I think. So I'm looking in the, hi Nat, how are you doing? So I'm looking in the chat for some suggestions for a kind of emotion, a feeling, something like that, or, for an expression, and also for a potential character that would be sort of emoting with that face. So have we got any? So we got draw an evil grin. Says here we are. So Long John says draw an evil grin. Megan Nate X hi Nat says draw someone laughing, or draw a dog laughing. So that I have to do the expression in the camera and turn myself into a dog. Okay, I have to think about that one. And we got Simply General says, hi Shoo, crispy dry side view of people's expression. Oh yeah. Now that is actually quite good, isn't it? And G. Alan Cook says, hello Mr. Rayner, could you draw abject horror? How about if I try and do abject horror from the side. That's a really good point. So I'm just making sure that I'm on, got my camera on selfie. That's for me. And so I'm going to make a look of abject horror at you, but I'm taking the picture from the side. Excuse me. So, I moved, so I only took a picture of the top of my head. So, and let's see, what do we get from that? Oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to go to the overhead camera and show you. So this is what I took. Let's see if I can. Oh, let's see if I can brighten that up a bit. What am I trying to find? That's where I need to do it. It is on full brightness. That's terrible, isn't it? So, let's see if we can bring that up a bit there, like that. Is that abject horror enough for you? so let's have a look. Oh, I can just do that on that camera there, right? That's okay. That will go do that. I just should have got that set on the camera beforehand. So what I should do is, first of all, get some glasses on because I can't see what on earth's going on. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of a sketch of myself here. I go like that. And then that, you see, you can do all this with angles like that. That's going to go there, and it just sort of comes around. And so you're kind of pulling your lip in there, aren't you? And that will come around there and then down like that. And then that's going to sort of come down like that. And then we're going to see some sort of teethy kind of stuff going on there. That's going to come down there. And oh, and I'm all full of, look, rolls of fat. Oh, that's disgusting, isn't it? And let's move that around there. So we need things like that. And then the eyes. This is always a really tricky bit, isn't it? So let's draw. We've sort of got a line coming down there. That's going to come to about here. Something like that. And then I've got the sort of nostril about there. I hate drawing characters from the side. I really do. And I kind of try my very best not to if I have to. So I'm thinking we got a kind of a line like that and a line like that. And we're kind of getting there. So this is the kind of practice research kind of stage, this, isn't it? And are you still with me? Are you? I'm going to do something like more up like that. So, and then we want that to be. I'm going to put a bit of, show a bit of the tongue in there, I think, because that might be. And I think we might want to. So now I'm kind of changing it to suit what it is that I'm thinking of. So in terms of a character, then I'm thinking we're going to have the head like that. And I'm going to want that to be something like that. And we're kind of bringing that in there. We're going to make the mouth much bigger, I think. And we can bring that in there. And I was not sure who this character's going to be now, but I think there are these lines that I kind of sort of observed that I want to kind of be using, and then that will be a curve there, and that will be a curve there, and so yeah, this is really, really difficult, isn't it? So I'm kind of wishing. And I'm kind of wishing I had never started. So doing it from the side, I think, is really, really difficult. So now I'm going to get another piece of paper, and I'm going to go alongside, because I'm starting to feel like this is quite feline. So I'm going to put like that. I'm going to start putting teeth and things in there. And then we're going to want that sort of coming up there. So is this could be a kind of a werewolfy kind of character, couldn't it? Now that, you see that line there, when you do that, it's kind of looking sad somehow. It's just not abject horror enough. How do we get that abject horror look? What did I get that? First of all, here, this is actually slanting that way, and this is more slanting that way. So that's something that I need to get that. So we need to sort of have the eyeball like that. And then we'll bring that back to there, that back to there, and then that down to there. And I think we need to be looking down for the abject horror bit. So something like that. This is turning it into a kind of a werewolfy kind of thing, isn't it? That will go up to there and sort of around like that. And then here we probably want to start putting in kind of, oh, I think you can have hair sticking out as well, aren't we? And then we're going to want to have some you see, this is how you start sort of working out some kind of a character kind of thing like that. So it's not quite abject horror though, is it? So I think if we had a bit of shading in there, and then some really kind of heavy eyebrows. I think that's something that you might need. And I think if you're, if you wanted to sort of create characters, you're not going to just get it right first time. It involves an awful lot of this kind of sketching and playing around and developing. So that's my abject horror. I'm not sure about that at all. What do you think? What have we got going on here then? Side views of people's expression. Yes, hello, Mr. Rayner. How could you draw abject horror? That I just exactly what I tried to do. Hi, Shoo. Please, can you draw someone twitching? Is that like twitching or somebody bird watching? Do you mean? Yeah, look, that is wonderfully horrific and abject. Yes, thank you. Caroline, how are you doing? How are you doing? Snooty rockstar. Well, I could just draw myself. I was a snooty rockstar once upon a time. I know it's hard to imagine it. Crispin, I struggle enormously with side views. I think I do it because I do it so rarely, and I think again that is, yeah, I think if there's something that you, oh, where are we now? I need to change your camera. I think that if there's something that you don't like doing, you tend not to do it, and so side views, you think, well, I won't do that, and I'm certainly somebody who shies away from doing a side view. So I will always rather do the front view. So maybe that's the thing, is that you have to force yourself to do the things that you don't like until you can get it right, and because it all takes practice. No, how you could also add eye strain to the eyes. Yes, I could. Yeah. Cindy, hi, good morning, Cindy. How are you doing? Jeremy Baby Shoo, any tips for doing a simple illustrative style when drawing faces? I keep accidentally ending up in that awkward space between illustration and realism. Well, I think that's kind of where yeah, I think that's kind of where cartoony kind of style comes in, isn't it? So what have we got? Good. It's great. Handersaw, it's great. Snake Game says Twitch is a streaming website. Yeah, but I see somebody twitching. He means, yeah, okay. Christian, hands, feet, and side views. Come to think of it, yeah, it's all hands and feet. Hands are terrible to do. Feet, I think feet are actually harder than hands in a way. So let me try another. So let's do this. Snooty rockstar. Okay, I'm getting my camera, so I'm going to do this slightly from the side. So you have to be a bit of an actor, I suppose, to do this. Sort of, yeah. So snooty rock star's going to be like, yeah. So I'm kind of thinking sort of a heavy metal guy. He's kind of okay, like yeah. What was that like? Let me see. If I go across to that camera, yeah, that might work. Let's work with. So let's see if we can turn this into a simple, a simple kind of style that's not going into realism. Okay, so we got this kind of so we want to, those teeth are going to be there, and sort of we want a rock star to have kind of full lips, I think, don't we? So there'll be something like that. And then we want a view looking right up the nose. Something like that. Are we on which camera? Yeah, I always have to check which camera I'm on, that's right. And you see, doing this all on your own is really difficult, I have finally admitted. So we're going to want something like that. And so we'll have sort of eyebrows. So it's going to look a bit like me to start off with. So it's kind of looking down on you, isn't it? Like that. And so we're going to do something like that, and then we need a sort of chin in there as well, and we got an ear. So snooty rock star is going to be it's a long time since I had hair that long. There we go. So, and he's going to have sort of big hair, isn't he? So, oh, can you see all that? Is that all that in the camera? So he's going to want sort of really big hair, like that, and yeah, probably a little bit sort of hanging down, like something like that. So let's see if we can then turn that into something else. So I'm feeling this is a little bit washed out. I'm just going to see if I can change the. That's going to be. Oh, I want to come down that way. I think that's a bit brighter. I'm just sorry. This is kind of. I'm just going to check. Oh no, that's not what I want. I'm just going to change the K, because that's a bit kind of. It's a bit of the wrong colour. There we go. Good. So I'm now going to think. So what have we got going on here? We got kind of an angle going through there, and an angle like that, and that's sort of like that. So that's kind of what we want, and I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Let me get this on there so you can see them both. And so I'm going to get that and that, and then that kind of angle, that kind of the eyes, and that's going to be not quite in the middle, it'll be more over there, and then we've got that kind of thing going on, and we want the mouth to be about there, straight line up and the curl around, and then that. So this is so this has been taken from a kind of a real life kind of thing, but I'm trying to make it not realistic. So I'm now trying to turn it more into a a cartoony kind of character, which would be something like that, and then that's going to be up there, and we'll want to. I think he wants sort of nice cheekbones, doesn't he? Yeah, something like that, and then that will come down to there. Maybe more. I'm just turning the angle on this a bit here. So that will sort of come down, and he's going to want some kind of maybe studs on a leather jacket, something like that. sort of the t-shirt, leather jacket. So let's see if we can do something with this. I have a little thing here which I discovered, and I've lost it already. I've lost it already. I was yeah, here we are. I was thinking that what I really need is to be able to zoom in automatically. No, it doesn't want to do it. No, I think it needs a new battery. No, I'm just going to zoom in. So let me, or is it because I'm still in that mode? That's why. If I do that, then I can zoom in. This is live, you see. You can tell, can't you? I think the battery's run out. Anyway, right. I was going to zoom in, but I still can probably. I'll have to do that. Oh, manually. There we are. So. What have we got here? We got a kind of a line. I'm looking at this one again. So we got a line like that and a kind of thing there. And he's just kind of looking down on you because you're not worthy. Because he's a, you know, he's a mega star, isn't he? And you just are not. Not worthy. You're only worthy to buy his albums and sort of lick his boots and go to his concerts and buy the t-shirts and stuff like that. So let's come down there and we can take that around there, and then the chin will be about there. So we got this kind of Elvis Presley lip curl going on there, and that will go up and around like that. And we're kind of looking up under his nose because he's looking down on you, and we'll maybe have a little bit of something like that. And then we're going to want to have, so that will be his neck in there, and see, it's not me anymore, is it? And we're going to have some sort of hair curling in around like that. And I think he's I think he's been eating too many burgers. I think he's got a touch of the touch of the Elvis Presley's, this one. And yeah, this is what happens to rockstar. Well, it's what used to happen to rockstars. I don't know. Do they still live a life of excess, or have they, got sensible management now who's kind of looking after them? I think then we can take that out there and that down there, and yeah, we'll have rock on his t-shirt. Rock. Something like that. And so that has come from, not that one, but has come from that. So, and I think if you're going to be doing an illustration of something, I think you start with this and you just keep working at it and keep working at it. And I think I would probably work at it in a very different way if I knew I didn't have lots of people watching me at the same time. So let me come back over to here. Make sure which camera I'm on. There we are. Good. And so what have we got? Somebody's mentioned Flamazine. Hang on. Green Swoop Peru, hello. He needs scars. Okay. I misread that. I thought you said he needs Oscars. I thought you meant me for my performance here doing this. I need an Oscar, but I think you mean that this guy needs scars. So we could do that and one like that, and sort of like that. There we go. And we could come back. Checking on the camera angle. It's all a bit weird. Hang on. If I go move that, and I'm going to squish that down like that, and I can move this over to there, and now I can see what's going on. Cool. It doesn't want to focus on me, does it? Hello. There's not enough light, that's fine. Default animation shout out. I suppose that was it. Hey, Long John, sorry I had to go into one of the miss. Mr. Rayner doesn't do shout outs. I try. Yeah, but I just did. Oh, Kevin Morales. I just did. Oh, John. Oh, that's beautiful. It looks like John Anderson. John Anderson. He had a very high voice, didn't he? He probably still has. I can imagine singing Roundabout. I was in a roundabout. Yeah. The Real Deal Rockstar YouTube Flammers it that. If you go and follow that link, not now, afterwards, to Flammers it, you can see me singing when I was a rock star. And I had hair like that. I did once. Can you believe it? So, Long John, just know, Shoo is drawing him while he was saying, I'll spend the day your way. Don't get that. Guys, it's tricky to do shout outs while drawing. It certainly is. I can imagine this character say, I tell you what, while I read some of this, why don't I just do this? If you enjoy these shows and you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee to keep me going, head on over to patreon.com/Shoo Rayner, where you will find all the details of how you can support this channel. In the meantime, on with the show. Indeed, on with the show, and I need your suggestions because, yeah, we need more suggestions. So we got Long John says this looks like Freddie Mercury if he had long hair. If he had, didn't he have? He used to have long hair, didn't he? Right. So, oh my God, grunge rock. I can't imagine that. Jeremy Bearme, could you do someone who was really bored at work? Do I? Yeah, then I have to really act because I'm not. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. Right, so okay, I'm gonna have to act. Really bored. I got my camera. I got the camera. Really bored. You have to cross your eyes a little bit. So I have to kind of do the. Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, that one works. I think. Let me go over to there. How about that? That kind of works, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's have a go at that. So can you do something really bored at work? That's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me get another piece of paper. And in fact, while I am searching for a piece of paper, if you enjoy these shows and you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee to keep me, well, thank you so much for. Very quickly, while you are watching this, look for a subscribe button and click it. I've got too many buttons here. I'm going to press the right button now. Very quickly, while you are watching this, look for a subscribe button and click it, and then click the little bell that pops up, and then click the word all, and then you will be notified next time I have a live stream coming up, because you'd much rather be watching this live than watching it afterwards. Go on, make sure you are subscribed to the Shoo Rayner live drawing channel. Indeed. Go on, click that button now. So here we are. Look, that is me looking really bored at work. See what? So what is actually going on here? I think it's this kind of slightly kind of whimsical sort of lines above the eye, one eye half closed, hands. This is a problem, isn't it? So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a nose. And the nose is kind of slightly flared, sort of like that, because you're sort of going. And I want sort of a line going down there, and that's sort of a curl there. And then we want something like that, I think. And there's a little and so this is kind of like that, I think. We want it just slightly open, so this is a tiny bit of eye showing, something like that. And this is the difficult bit, it's getting the fingers in there, something like that. Hands are just the worst. This is going to look really small, this hand, I think. think. So then we want that sort of chin will be sort of coming around like that, and then that will be coming something. Not happy, not happy. And I think it's, yeah, I think half the problem is I know that everybody's watching. So that's something like we need that eyebrow sort of up like that, and these kind of, so I'm going to do and then yeah, I think, yeah, so it's this kind of sleepy eye. If you got your eye like that and your eyeball in there like that, you want to have the eyelid sort of half across it, so that you're just sort of, so you're getting that kind of sleepy eye like that. And then we just want these kind of bored lines like that, and then we want an ear like that, and then we got a now that's coming straight from there actually, isn't it? There we go. And that's going to be there. And I think we could, if you're bored at work, because does anybody go to work anymore? Everybody's working from home now, aren't they? If they're working. So I think we sort of want a tie. So you want a big. Oh, you see now, actually I've got the shoulder up on this side, but I think, yeah. Does it look more bored? Is it? Yeah, because you see that's the line there. That's actually the horizon line in the background at an angle, so I should really move that around there. So here you can see that the horizon line is something like that, so I really need to move it so that it's straight across like that and kind of leaning across. And in fact you kind of probably want to be sprawled across a desk, something like that, don't you? So if we get another piece of paper and work from that and see what we get. Yeah, a slightly lighter pencil, because that's a really staining graphite, that one. So can we see here? We can. So I'm going to sort of draw that kind of head there like that, with the ear about there. So that's, yeah, and I'm going to draw like the nose kind of like that, the eye, which we want to be something like that, and then the eyebrows, and I'm going to sort of give him like, he's kind of meant to be, I think that needs to be more at an angle again. Anyway, so here is his finger. That's going to be his little finger, and then that's his what is that? That's the middle finger, isn't it? That's the one. So this is what we want to have, something like that, and we want to have him at a bit of an angle. I think we wanted to have it more like that, really. So I'm really twisting this wrist, and if he's at work, then he's going to have a shirt, isn't he? So something like that. And then we wanted to, so we got that kind of board, down, not quite like that, not. He's really bored. And an ear, and then so that would be, so we want the shirt is kind of half open, and the tie is kind of wonky and sort of half tied up, kind of like that. And we probably got the other hand on the table, but I'm going to hide the other hand mostly behind. Let's see if we can turn this into something. sort of cartoony-ish. And again, this is something that, you know, you want to be. This is a kind of this is all very much first draft, kind of working out what is it that's going to make this person look really bored at work. And here we want to just kind of pushing your cheek up here, isn't it? Something like that. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, something like that coming down to there, and that will be something like that, and then that's going to be something like that coming down to there, where you probably have some kind of a wrinkle. and we want that kind of it's all about pushing the face up, I think, isn't it, really? So that's pushing that there, and then that was much more sort of around there. Then we can bring the we can maybe even have a kind of a slightly kind of we can have an eyebrow there and an eyebrow there. So that's all about sort of pushing the face up there. So we might have something going on there. And he's got sort of his fancy his fancy post-lockdown hairstyle. He's gone to the barbers and said, I need something fancy for work. And they go, I know exactly what you want, sir. Just relax. And this is what he got. So that's the shirt, and we can sort of bring the tie in, which is going to be at kind of a bit of an angle because he's bored. He's bored. What kind of a job does he do you think? He's so bored. What kind of a job would that be? I'm trying to think, what kind of jobs did I have that was so bored? I remember I had a job when I was about 15, a holiday job with Texas Instruments. and I had to kind of look like this all day. That hand is terrible, isn't it? I had to look like this all day because I had all these little computers. We didn't have computers then. All these little transistors coming past me on a conveyor belt, and they all had to be topped up with liquid epoxy resin just before they went into an oven to set the epoxy resin. But sometimes they weren't quite topped up enough, and if they weren't, they would explode. So I would sit there with this kind of little gun kind of thing. It was like a syringe, actually. It was a syringe. It was a big syringe full of epoxy resin, and then there was a tube sticking out of it which went down to a foot pedal, and so every time I was checking them as they went past, and every time there was one that wasn't quite full enough, I would go and just fill it up. And it was possibly the most boring job in the world. And so I was looking like this, almost half asleep, when the managing director comes along. Hello, what's going on here then? And that hand, don't look at the hand. Okay. So I had to explain that I was doing the most boring job in the world, but it was actually very important because every time that one of those little things wasn't filled up and it exploded, I think it sort of cost them each little one cost them an awful lot of money. So sitting there doing that, looking bored, actually saved them quite a lot of money, but it really was a very boring job. Let me come back over to here. No, come back to there and have a look and see what you are saying. Where did we get to? Goes to tree shelter. Somebody's saying something about Anime. Oh dear, grunge look. Come on, draw Waldo. No, we can't find him. I don't know where he is. Draw Al Capone, but he's a duck. Have you tried drawing anime? No. He should try any yoga from Attack on Titan. No, I don't know anything about that. I'm getting button happy. Oops! He should draw Kevin. He should Kevin. No. Yeah. Oh, I see. He should Kevin, but I don't know who any Jaeger from Attack on Titan is, so I'm not going to. Bro, the last episode was that. Yeah, okay. John Stanley, but he's a guy. Mobster, but you'll stop discussing. I can never spell it right. As long as she looks like he got slapped in the pic. Yeah, I think he probably did. Oh, he does look like Stan Laurel. He's got that. I know. Give me a fancy bust. Lockdown haircut, barber. Say no more. This is literally everyone during Zoom meet. Oh, it is. Imagine he's wearing shorts from the waist down. Actually, he's not. He's in his underpants. So to get true, someone from my engineering class is wearing sweatpants while giving a presentation. Maybe he's looking out from a London theatre box office where his only job is to tell the non-existent tourists there is no show on. I'm sure I looked like that 40 years ago. So, Zeke, cool. So what else can we do? So, a duck. That is Al Capone. I had to think about Al Capone. Yeah. Let me see if I could do it. How are we doing? Okay, yeah, this is going to be probably about the last one there. So I'm going to go. You dirty rat. But you can't do that as a duck, can you? So I don't know. Try it from that way. So, you dirty rat. No, that's not. No, that's. Oh, this is taking video. That doesn't help. So let's go back to there, and we want to take a right. So you dirty rat, you dirty rat. I'm not sure about that. Let's see what we can do with that. And I think what I should do is kind of work on these a bit more and sort of do a more of a finished kind of video for Friday maybe and see how that goes. Excuse me, I think I need a cup of tea. Which camera am I? I'm on this one. It is really quite hard doing all this on your own. I think I'm on that camera, yes. So, picture, where were we? That's not the one. That's the one we want. So we're going to do like that, and then here we're going to. This doesn't work, does it? That's meant to be a duck bill. No, this isn't going to work, is it? As a duck. This is Jimmy Durante or something, isn't it? Something like that. You dirty rat. Okay, let's do it. So, let's do this mouth. We go up and around a bit, sort of like that. Let's go. Ooh. I don't know what this is about, but we'll see what comes from it. Anyways, oh, you dirty rat. This, no. It's just not right. Let me do something like that. Hang on. From there and from there. No. Then we're going to have a sort of a gangster hat, aren't we? You dirty rat. That looks like the Joker. You dirty rat. I have to keep doing the voice to remind myself what it's about. You dirty rat. You. What's that one? That was that Jimmy Cagney? Oh, this just does looks a bit weird, doesn't it? So if I do an enormous kind of I don't know what this is about. It's going to be something like that. I think if you're going to be using the camera for these sorts of things, it's things like this sort of shapes of mouth, which you would kind of never usually do. I don't think you never do out of your imagination. And if you do it and you think, "Oh, that works really well," then next time it sort of becomes part of your repertoire, part of your kind of vocabulary, your drawing vocabulary. Oh, I'm going to do a little thing like that. No. You got to do the voices. And I'm going to do something like that. I don't know about this nose. That's a bit over the top, isn't it? And then we're going to have... You dirty rat. Yeah, I have to keep doing the voice. Yeah. And that's going to sort of come around there, so he's going to have a snappy tie as well. That's going to come around there. And yeah. I think, yeah. I think, some actors and people, they say, some actors and people, some actors, you could get the character when you're wearing the shoes. You've got to find the right pair of shoes, and then you kind of fit into the character. But I think when when I'm drawing, I feel I got to find the voice. Oh dear, oh dear, so it's going to be something like that. And then we're going to have, you have quite big kind of lapels, I suppose, for a gangster. Are we still on the camera? Yeah, I don't know what that nose is about. That's just too much, isn't it? And that's going to be pinstriped as well, isn't it? Something like that. There we go. So that has not come from that one at all. It has come from that one, which is a little bit weird. Let me come over and see what you have to say. Oh, Fred, it looks like Freddie Mercury if he had long hair. No, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? There we are. Maybe, yeah. See, this is cool. Tina Parham, lol. Kevin Morales, Duck. Zicky Zik, I subscribed. Thank you very much. I subscribed years ago when he was buying Rotring pencils. Yeah. This is a Rotring. This is still a Rotring. Look, I'm still using Rotring pencils. Ding, ding, ding. It's a Rotring Tikky graphic. That's the one that I use. Lawrence. Hi, Lawrence. How are you? You cracked me up with the dirty rat impression. No. Krishna Sharma. Nice. Great voices. You made my day. Thank you. There we are. Sophia is laughing. Sound effects help in many endeavours. This Konnichiwa. I'm trying to think where it is. Yes, it's late. It's late for you out there in Japan, isn't it, Keith? I think. Yeah. Can you shout out to my brother, Ziki Zik? Hi, Ziki Zik's brother, Mohammed Amin. My sister just subscribed. Thank you. So there we go. Am I going to do one more? Maybe I should use this one. I thought I should have. Just before I started, I thought I better just take a picture and put it. Hang on a minute. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought maybe I should take a picture. And so if I go and find that that'll be, where will that be now? That's the one. Just a kind of a happy-dappy picture. Then, what do we get? That's a kind of a side view, isn't it? So, I haven't got my glasses on again. So we've got a kind of side view, and Then we got the sort of chin coming around there, so it's a bit of a goofy, stupid, sort of a stupid kind of. There goes the voice again. He's so stupid. So it's going to be doing something like that. Eyebrows, eyebrows, and the eyes are kind of hiding behind there like that. And then we got a curve of the eyeball, and it's kind of looking in like that, and that should then be going out like that. So here then we can take that up to there and that down to there, and this will come about there, and then we can do that eyeball there, and then we can have that coming around there, and then something like that. And then we can have a nostril kind of like that, and a bit of something stupid looking like that. Duh. And who should that be, do you think? Who could we turn that one into? I'll get rid of some of that chin, I think. Well, I mean, let's try, for one thing, let's try and turn it into a woman. Shock, horror. Because that would be quite interesting to see if we can do that. So she's going to maybe have more luscious kind of lips than I have, and probably sort of hair coming down there, sort of, maybe if she's got long hair. Oh, no, I think she wants a much more elegant neck, probably. So that would be coming up sort of to the ear, like that, so that we can then draw something like this. And I think she might want a slightly more pert nose, I think, than what I have. We can bring that down to about there, and that will sort of go like that. So you can, in theory, you can use your selfies to sort of work out how to draw all sorts of things. She's going to want some deliciously plucked eyebrows, something like that. She probably paid a lot of money for these eyebrows. Maybe even been micro tattooed. There we go. And so it's going to be something like that. And I'm going to have that. Lovely cheekbones. It's still a little bit masculine, isn't it? So I think it's that jawline is a little bit masculine. But again, you know, you can kind of work on that. Or maybe this is the rockstar, but not a snooty rockstar. This is kind of a. This is the handsome rock star I wish I'd been, maybe, do you think? So we can have some sort of hair coming down there, like that. So this is sort of... that has come from that. Let's come back to here. So, keep that at 12:19. Oh my goodness! So you should have gone to bed. It's late. So, big shout out, cheerful chappy. Certainly, Zeke. Do you live in the UK? Yes, I do. And yeah. Message deleted. Where are you from? Not to be rude. Hi, anyone here? This is the most Pantene commercial. There is that. Yeah, it's all about hair, isn't it? It's all about that Pantene moment. Is it? No, right. Herbal essences. I think that's probably what we're after. So, is that? Have I got that? Yes, there we are. So we could go and sort of, you know, have nice little sort of herbal essences with Nice little smells and things like that, all sort of sprinkling all the way around. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I lost my pen. There we are. This is a most Kevin Morales, hello. Sorry, okay. Just plain fun. Stacey Newbury. Don't know how you come up with these things every week. I have no idea how I come up with them every week either. But as long as you keep watching, then I'll keep trying. So Kevin Morales, I'm fine. You don't watching. I'll see Red drawing the hair. There we go. Good. Well, we have been going for pretty much an hour now, and as you say, how do I keep coming up with these things? I don't know, but I think that's probably enough for today. So I am going to say, let's call it a day, and thank you all very much for watching, and come back next week, maybe. I'll let you know in the thingamajigs. What's it called? The I don't know. Community page. Do you get those? If you don't, ring the bell. If you're subscribed, if you don't ring the bell, you're not going to get YouTube to tell you, what's happening when I bring out new videos. So if you have subscribed, make sure you ring that little bell, and YouTube will notify you when I'm going to be doing another live show, which will probably be next week. And why not, in the comments box below, tell me what you would like me to do if you've got ideas, because it's pretty hard coming up with ideas all on my own every week. So thank you very much, and I'm just having a look at this, and I'm going to press this button and say thank you very much for watching. Well, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you click that little subscribe button, and when you do, ring the bell so that you get notifications of when I am going to go live next. You can come along and join in and bring your ideas as well. In the meantime, stay safe, keep well, and keep drawing. Practice, 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 and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye.